to it. Bren Esports, they are already banning the Natalia as well as the Hayabusa. Rather interesting, actually.
Yeah, and I think 10 Seconds Gaming Frost actually chose to stay red. They wanted the power to have these two picks when the picks came back around to them. So we'll see. Bren Esports once more setting the pace. There you go. The two bans for 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, Brody and Esmeralda.
Okay, that's totally fine here. But now Bren, they're just saying, you know what? Let's just get rid of Hypercarry and also get rid of that Jawhead as well as Natalia priority picks and that really great flex pick here. 10 Seconds Gaming in the exact same situation like they were in Game 1, where it's like, okay, there's a lot of priority picks going on here, so you have two options. Either you let everything through or you let none of it through. There is no in between.
Yep, and I think 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, they have a huge responsibility here because first pick goes over to Bren Esports. They can just play the same way. Even if it wasn't a Sylvana, yeah, you could go for the Matilda. Farsa, like, Few was the MVP from game number 1.
That's true.
So that's something that they can just leave open and say, okay, it's up to you guys. Either pick heroes that want to take out the Farsa, like overload my Purify, or just totally ignore me. Like, again, that's such a big ask.
It's a huge ask. It really is. And now, Bren, they've got plenty of options. They could go for the Benedetta. Oh, but instead they're going to go for the Matilda.
There it is.
All right. I mean, we would have expected them to take one or the other, which means that 10 Seconds Gaming Frost is going to be able to have their hands on that Benedetta. And what else are they going to be looking to pick up?
So that's one, Benedetta. Obviously played out of the side lane. I think it'd be safe to just call a hero for Sheena at this point. Because I think the Ling earlier, as good as it was, just did not fit Sheena's playstyle. Like, he was good, like he was catching the ults, he was taking his buffs, but maybe, just maybe, they did leave the Yushin Shin open.
Yeah, Yushin Shin, also a pretty good shout here. I don't know, I feel like they can easily take both of the off lanes at this point of time, but it could be a huge point of contention if they decide to push it in towards the second phase. So Yushin Shin has been locked in, and it is going to be the Benedetta as well.
There it is. All right, so I think we kind of overthought. the picks were right there in our face, right? The Benedetta, obviously, and then the Yushin Shin, which I think is probably the safest jungler slash core funnel hero right now. Like, you have the Mountain Shocker to answer the rest of the map. You have great mobility, and you can scale just as good as a marksman. So yeah, it's been a while since we've seen these two teams kind of roll that way by playing a marksman in the gold lane and like an actual jungler. So it's nice that they're adjusting this way, and I must say, I appreciate now why 10 Seconds Gaming Frost decided to stay red.
Yeah.
This is what they were looking for.
I mean, I guess they were hoping for this situation to occur, but I do think Bren is still at quite an advantage here because, again, they can kind of determine what they want, and now it's a little bit more telegraphic for them now that they've taken two priority picks for themselves. So the Kaja as well as the Lapu Lapu being picked up by the side of Bren Esports, they're expecting, okay, sure, as long as we're able to kind of circle around. Now, this is going to be a high execution composition in itself. Again, Lapu Lapu, a lot of abilities that you have to time perfectly and aim it very, very carefully. Now, you have the Kaja. Yes, it's a pretty high skill cap. It's very linear. But when you put the Matilda in there, that's when you kind of think, oh, wait a minute. This opens up, like, so many more avenues.
Yep. It's essentially just, if they want to pick off one hero, they have a free go. That's it. This is as close to the Jawhead Kaja as you're gonna get, but I think it's a little bit more high velocity. Like, there's just more damage on board overall. But I'm wondering, are they gonna be playing a tank? Because here we go. Now, speak of the devil, man. We did mention earlier, some teams, they are confident in playing no tanks at all. And if this indeed is on Lusty, then where do you look?
Yeah, it's a tough shout. I would say that Tigreal and Akai are looking really, really nice for 10 Second Gaming Frost because now that they've locked in the Lunox, at the very least, okay, let's say, worst case scenario, you pick off either Benedetta or Yishin Shin, they end up getting Divine Justice. They get Divine Justice and gets yoinked wide into the back line, into the front line of Bren Esports. You're going to need somebody who's either going to bail them out or somebody who is able to kind of re-engage into the team to pull the attention to themselves. But Tigreal as well as Akai do that job absolutely perfectly.
Yep, that's going to be a good answer to Bren Esports' rather unorthodox no tank lineup. So I'm getting it. I'm on board, man. I get it. So 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, all their damage is set. I think this is a good amount of damage. Now all they need is a solid, again, frontliner to prepare, and I think Bren Esports is on the same page. Look, that's a Sylvana out.
Yep.
I think that might be the Akai indeed after, or the Tigreal. because we know for sure Sivnia likes the Tigreal.
Yeah, that's also true. They might hold it up for themselves as well because again, it's a it could be a to and fro. And knowing Bren Esports, again, if they really wanted to, they could probably do it and play a single marksman in towards the jungle and say, hey, you know what? We only need one damage dealer, and we can really make it work out. Especially with a lineup that can be this aggressive in the early game, it just fits Bren so well.
And again, it's just all about making Carl TZ look good. And we'll see if it happens. Oh, they read into that too much. The Harley from game 1 just hurts.
Yep, and there comes the Tigreal coming in from Bren Esports.
There it is.
Yeah, so again, if 10 seconds, they can get the Akai here. Unless, you know, I don't know whether Bren is really gonna go with the, you know what? Let's bring three supports. You know, that'd be great. And if I was 10 seconds gaming, I'd be like, okay, I'll choose something else other than the Akai for now. Picking up the Khalid makes absolute sense. But if Bren does it right here, right now, I don't really know what to say. There we go. That's
nope. Oh,
Woo!
This is a Carl TZ special. I like it. So far, Bren Esports, Coach Ducky, I get it. He's trying to choke out Sevnia. Like, you're just not getting your favorite heroes right now.
Absolutely.
So I wonder if they're going to answer that way, because if this is indeed not a tank or not a tanky hero, at that, 10 Seconds Gaming Frost would just get all the incentive to just go burst as well. And they're already pretty bursty.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they can even go for the Alice here if they wanted to. Farsa is also a pretty good shout. At least you have your engagement options, and they just want to play from afar. They've got some great wave clear options, great harass options. Just all around, Bren Esports, they know exactly what they really want to do with a composition like this. They just want to play for those pickoffs, slowly whittle down their opponents, and then look to start engaging very early on. Of 1 to 4, just be hyper aggressive.
Exactly. This is Madland. It's 3 mages. This is 3 mages, an assassin, and an EXP laner.
It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to watch here. And I think, you know, 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, they're thinking, oh, so how do I deal with a composition like this where they want to try and be hyper aggressive? Yes, they pick up the Cho, and this is very important because Lancelot, he goes in if he times it wrong.
Yep.
If Carl TZ is even a second late, Sevnia is going to be able to hit him with the Way of the Dragon, and it doesn't matter which direction or at what time, as long as he is out of the fight or he gets locked down enough to die, it is a big win for 10 seconds.
Yep. If anything, I like the fact that 3 out of 5 on the side of 10 Seconds Gaming Frost are bad Divine Judgment targets.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to hit that on the Khalid, you don't want to hit it on the Benedetta, nor the Cho. They're just getting away, for sure. So, definitely, I think 10 Seconds Gaming Frost drafted pretty well, and Bren Esports, as unorthodox as it is, at least it's something that's exciting to watch. Like, the damage is just there.
Yeah.
It's a damage sandwich.
It really is. I mean, later on, it's not the best scaling in terms of scaling.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, but Bren, you've seen them, especially playing in the MPL Philippines, right? They like to drag it long.
Yeah.
I don't expect this game to go very long.
Yeah, so this is Bren just showing some level of adaptability. They change up their style, and yeah, I think the power spike here has got to happen like at least in the 5 or 6 minute mark. Immediately.
Immediately,
If
yes.
anything, they might even like start invading. Like, that's definitely on the table.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they assign Kaja to actually go into the EXP lane just to rush her to get to level 4. But instead, it's going to be, it's going to be Farsa going up and towards that top side to get that EXP as quickly as possible.
They want the Feathered Airstrike ASAP.
Yep. When you see who they send over to the EXP lane, you want to know, especially with a lineup like this, we're just speculating here, they want to be able to have the most important tools on the table online as quickly as possible.
Yep, and that's going to be Lusty on the Kaja. So I guess they're not in a rush for the Divine Judgment. If anything, they're more of in a rush for the Feathered Airstrike. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to snowball off of that. We get our massive AoE, we get the artillery first, and then infantry comes next.
Yep. I mean, it's a good idea. Let's see how it comes in practice. Papa taking a little bit of damage from Matilda. The rest of the team just wants to kind of rotate here, but just look at the way that they want to play, especially from 10 seconds. They want to take full advantage of Bren.
They know that Bren is so soft that early on, like under 2 minutes, under even 3, even before these boots, these defensive boots come online, that they wanted to pick fights. And yeah, Flaptizi goes ahead and gets the warrior boots on. But right now, that's going to be a few just crossing the bush. And yeah, this is just 10 Seconds Gaming Frost saying, yeah, we got eyes on you. We know that you're not ready yet.
Yeah, and honestly, the way that they're playing the map, right now, very similar to the way they played in Game 1. Oh, here it comes, here it comes.
Ooh.
Perfect execution lands, but that's just going to be it.
Burned Flicker?
Yeah.
That's something to note, Burned Flicker.
Plus
so that
points.
means 2 minutes from now, if these ults are online, yeah, even Lusty can say, okay, go get Sevnia.
Yeah, it's dangerous, especially since 10 Seconds Gaming a great adaptability, understanding like, hey, if they're going to be hyper aggressive here, we need something that can either match that or at least give us some good defense, which you can do in two ways: either wave clear or have some really strong early game, which is coming in to with Khalid as well as the Benedetta, both being very good at just cutting the waves, doing their job very well, and chunking out people if necessary at level 1 if they decide to invade.
Now it looks like it's 10 Seconds Gaming Frost. They get first pickings here onto this first turtle of the game. Few coming in from the back. Oh, that's Flapteezy hopping in, then get that free dash. Papa takes a few hits. Better there strike. Oh, Bren is in trouble. First blood drawn here by Bren Esports. Sevnia looking low. Oh, that's going to be Karlteezy gets stunned, but he kills the Cho. Nonetheless, Pico wants to get out of here. That's going to be the movement speed buff on to Khalid, saving him. And wow, already the counter go by Bren Esports is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the level 4s are just superiorly stronger than 10 seconds because it's very easy to pull off. Lusty, as long as they get that one pick and then slowly start pulling back, and 10 Seconds Gaming, they don't have too many options after that unless they can force them on these neutral objectives and really, when they're all clumped together, that is when Bren is going to be their weakest.
You know what? Looking at this from a macro perspective, again, this is just 3 minutes in, 2-0 currently, barely ahead, 1,000 is Bren Esports. Gideon, check this out. 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, their lineup, they still want to go big team fights. They want to go the 5v5s. Bren Esports, it can just be Few or Lusty who says, okay, there's one here, there's two here, let's get them. That's exactly what they're doing again.
Yeah, and they're doing it. Oh wait, and they want to make sure, that they have the waves under control. Because again, you don't want to leave your lane and all of a sudden you end up losing a tower when you're trying to invade your bot jungle or even towards top jungle on Bren Esports' side. So a lot of it does come down to whether or not, oh, Papa, he's gonna make it out just in time, gets out of range, and more importantly, doesn't die to the Matilda.
Impressive use of the sword intent. Oh, there's a Phantom Execution. Oh, and the Thorn Rose just to swagger out of there. Karlteezy senses, wow, amazing shot calling here by Bren Esports. And now Few, he says you can go for it. Nope, back out. And down bottom is the real fight. That's Flapteezy with the help of Lusty taking out Pico, and up top, the fight continues. That's going to be Obuyan popping the brilliance, pushes Karlteezy away.
Yep, I mean, 10 Seconds Gaming not finding any kind of pressure all across the board, and this is what Bren wants. They want to split them up. They want to play for these smaller skirmishes, and just siege them under tower and bully them as much as they can for now. But Papa wanting to go for a full-on fight. I don't see any rotations coming out from Bren, so it looks like they're just gonna back away. Then we're not taking this fight. Something's up.
And now Sevnia catches Lusty. Ooh, Flicker already used up. There's the use of the Ring of Order, and there's a mark onto Sevnia. Can he use the Circling Eagle? I don't think he already popped it. He used it earlier on. Oh, and now he's inside the base. He's a lost boy. I wonder, turtle cam real quick. That is going to be the second turtle of the game. Can Sevnia dash out? He has all his skills off of cooldown. Oh, and he misses the last dash.
Yep, could not get over the wall there. Unfortunate indeed, but it bought a little bit of time for the rest of 10 seconds. As again, this is going to be a skirmish that does not look too good. Since Quicksand Guard coming through as they try to turn it around.
Ooh, there's a Rampaging Sandstorm into his own death. Pico gets destroyed by Flapteezy. That's going to be another for Karlteezy. Obuyan gets him. The Teasy brothers are off the hook.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job. Mountain Chakra, just to give information, but again, that's not going to stop the onslaught that Bren has been putting. 7-0 here.
And this is exactly what we said was going to happen, dude. They were going to be very aggressive. Power spike happening at 6 minutes. And right now, Sheena just wants his purple. That's it. Like, I just want to farm, guys.
I just want to get my buffs, man. I just want to get my buffs. But yeah, Bren, being hyper aggressive here is so beneficial. And now it's time for starting to get those bigger objectives. And most important ones is getting rid of those towers. It denies vision. It denies pressure. And oh boy.
Ooh, we have the dragon on to Flapteezy. He walks into the bush, but he is very confident. I was losing my words. Wow, just impressed at how much Karlteezy's doing here. Nice push back here by Few. Circling Eagle, pushing him out of the way of the feathered airstrike, but they get Obuyan in the back line anyways, while Pico makes the most of this. He goes for the split push up top.
Yeah, I mean, they are 6K behind. They are 6K behind here. Sorry, they're going to be 4K behind here at the 6-minute mark, and the rest of the team is going to be looking to kind of like get that pressure. Okay, we've gotten that mid bot tier 1. Top tier 1 looking to be almost destroying, but this is the most important one. They break mid, and now they're going to have full control over towards that bot side. If they break top, then it just becomes their jungle is not going to be a safe place for 10 Seconds Gaming to farm in.
And now Obuyan, despite sitting at 0-3-0, gets Clock of Destiny relatively early on. Now Flapteezy caught out Way of the Dragon once more, and Papa, these two side laners, they want to get him. Ooh, that is actually the Cho. It's not Pico on the Cho now, it's a tank. But real quick, ooh, Electro Final Blow through the wall. Oh, that's interesting. It makes it through the thick walls. That's a huge range. So again, ladies and gentlemen, more reason to pick Benedetta. Oh, I think the skirmish is continuing down bottom too.
Yeah, I think
They're
so
chasing
too.
him all the way.
Are they going to connect? Is it going to connect? No. They understand. It's like, okay, guys. Jokes aside, we need to take these neutral objectives.
Carl Teasy here, focusing on the turtle once more. I think it's second to the last turtle of the game. Oh, big fight down bottom.
Oh, what is going on down there?
Oh, circling Eagle onto Obuyan. That's a lot of damage onto Few. He might pay the price here. There he goes. That's going to be a shutdown on to the Mage, the mid hero for Bren Esports. And now Papa, ooh, using the Sword Intent to dodge Flapteezy's assault. And now, oh, Phantom Execution.
No
Spotted
way.
Sheena. I was just going to say, man, Sheena's playing very passive.
Yeah, Sheena's playing super passive, and again, another pick going over to Bren. 11-1 right now. They are just making sure that if they find cracks in 10 Seconds Gaming line of play, they're just going to put so much pressure on it until something crumbles and breaks, and they're going to pick up those pieces, and they're going to turn it back into sand.
The name of the game for Bren Esports here is Divide and Conquer. They're just all the happier if they see 10 Seconds Gaming Frost all over the map, if Sevnia can't shot call, if Obuyan can't say, hey, the team fight's over here. That's exactly what Bren Esports wants.
Yeah, this is just disrupting the communication, and I think Bren is doing a really good job at this division here because, again, comms are going to get really, really messy when things are happening from top to bottom side of the map, and you have to, as the shot caller, you need to make a choice.
And right now, Sevnia makes a choice because obviously Flapteezy knows, and now the push happens. Electro Final Blow being used here. Mountain Shocker spots out the rest of Bren Esports, and what's Sheena to do? I lost my orange.
Oh boy. All right, I guess that's fine for now. Bren, even if they don't get too much, and especially since mid tier 1 isn't there, they can take these buffs very, very easily. 10 Seconds Gaming can't really walk out of their base to do anything, because if they do, they are going to get locked down till Kingdom Come.
The choke has begun. 9 minutes in, they're waiting for the first Lord of the game, and man, I could have sworn that they were going to take it first in early game, but hold up! Lusty gets hit with the Way of the Dragon, and that's going to be one. Papa shuts him down, but Caldeezy makes the others pay anyways. 3 for 1, immediately traded out. Make that a 4 for 1.
Give it to him!
Pico only watches, and he needs to get out of here. Can he, though?
Give it to him!
3 members chasing him down, and there's only so much alone Khalid can do. There's the wipeout. There's the last takedown. 10 Seconds Gaming Frost not going to be here to defend, and I think Bren Esports knows they can finish.
And that's going to be the first Savage coming into M2, going over to Bren. These guys, Caldeezy is going to be such a happy boy having that under his belt. Hey, I got a Savage in M2. What you got?
Yep, the prodigy, ladies and gentlemen, proving himself worthy of the world stage. Mountain Shocker just to check, and yes, Sheena, indeed, Bren is going for the Lord.
Oh boy. I mean, they've already taken an inhibitor. They've cracked 10 Seconds wide open. 10k goalie here, Sevnia, going for a desperation play here, but he's going to get hit by 2 feather airstrikes, and the Thorn Rose is just too big for him to handle.
And I think Obuyan is panicking. Sheena gets pulled in by Lusty. Divine Judgment on a point. Brilliance just at the mere sight of a single member of Bren Esports. That's how scary it is now to be on the receiving side of this onslaught. 10 Seconds Gaming Frost. Gotta ask you, Gideon, what are their chances here? What can they do to push back? What can they do to stay in the game?
They honestly, at this point of time, like, even if I were to say they should stay in their base and actually play for that siege, at this point of time, there is no coming back from this. As long as Caldeezy is alive and they can't get rid of him, everybody else essentially is just there to back him up. Oh, we can save him from situations, we can feed him those kills, and 10 Seconds Gaming, they don't have a way to lock him down other than Sevnia.
And right now they're looking for that, and it seems to be a shot in the dark. Mountain Shocker here just to help clear the waves and of course take down Lord. A successful attempt by 10 Seconds Gaming Frost, but it's far from over. If anything, it's just begun.
And they do get the initial stun, and now the fight begins.
Ooh, there's the feathered airstrike, and they destroy Pico. Who's gonna be next, says Bren Esports. It looks like they're taking their time, and the answer is Papa. I love the effort. That's definitely an A in my book, that you use Electro Final Blow and Sword Intent parry to get out of there, but it's just not gonna happen. Sevnia gonna be next. That's 2 defenders left. Sheena and Obuyan, of course, your damage dealers, but really, how can you stop what Bren Esports is trying to do? It's just a matter of seconds. Nice pull in by Lusty, and they are gonna go for the finish. Not even 12 minutes in, Gideon. 11:59, Bren Esports sweeps 10-second Gaming Frost.
Oh boy, that game 2, that was so brutal to watch, because again, if I was on 10 seconds of gaming, it must be the most frustrating composition to deal with, especially when it comes online. They've got 2 items each. They've got their ultimates pretty much every single time you get out of your spawn. That sucks.
It's interesting. I mean, the draft alone had us scratching our heads on both sides.
Oh yeah.
On both sides, but if anything, it was the promise of damage from Bren. The promise of damage, and boy, oh boy, did they deliver.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see, because again, a composition like this in a lot of situations shouldn't work. It really shouldn't. But when you have players like Arteezy here, who is extremely efficient at picking up kills, in securing them by himself, on top of the fact that his entire team are like, you know what, let's just spoon feed him a couple, just take 1, 2, and now water him a little bit, and now the plant will grow naturally, and it just completely took over the game.
He's a growing boy, right? And now
so quick.
He has blossomed into a handsome young fellow. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna have to ask for the help of our analyst here, Wolf, to break down that game, and of course the rest of the series. But before that, we would like to remind you guys to catch the live streaming of this mega event. Mobile Legends Bang Bang M2 World Championship 2020, held in Singapore's Shangri-La Hotel for free, by the way, on MeWatch from the 18th of January to the 24th. A total of 12 teams from 9 countries, including RSG and EVOS SG of Singapore, will be competing for a grand total of $300,000 US. For all of you folks from Singapore, your hometown heroes need your support. Show some love for EVOS SG and RSG in the group stage. Once more, my name is Leo. This here is Gideon. We have been at your service for this 3rd series of the day. We'll be calling on Wolf right now, our analyst.